Hi, this is Janice from Space to Relax, and the video you're about to watch is a replay of a live class I taught on Zoom. These classes are free of charge for everyone to join, so please invite your family and friends. They're suitable for beginners and those of you with more Qigong experience. If you're watching this video on YouTube, then please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos from me. I hope you enjoy the class. So you're all very welcome to the class today, and what I'm going to talk to you about just for 5 minutes at the beginning of this lesson today is a little bit of an introduction to today's class. And this class is based on a really great question that I had from one of our Space to Relax members. And she said to me, she's quite a way through the 50-week program of lessons. So she emailed me and asked me, how does she know which lessons to choose? How does she know which exercises to choose? Because there are so many to choose from. And I'm sure for any of you out there who have been on the internet, looked around YouTube, done a Google search for Qigong exercises, you'll see there are hundreds of different styles, there are loads of different teachers, there are loads of different exercises. So how do you know when you've got a few exercises together, as many of you will have by now from watching these live classes, how do you know which one to choose? It can be quite overwhelming if you've got a lot of tools in your toolbox of exercises. So this is what I wanted to show you today, was how I would go about choosing a Qigong routine for me as part of my daily practice. And just to let you know that daily Qigong routine will change very slightly every day depending on how I feel. So this is the reason why I'm teaching this class today, so that you don't feel overwhelmed by all the exercises that I make available to you, and also so that you can be very kind of clear and have a real kind of, I suppose, a clear and concise kind of method as to how to go about choosing what's the most appropriate routine for you on any particular day. And also that depends on how much time you have available, of course. Okay, so the first thing to decide, or the first thing to bring you into the space where you can decide what to do, is to tune into your abdominal breathing. So when I go back behind you now and teach the class, we're going to tune into the abdominal breath, which brings us into the Qigong state. And so as you begin to relax and calm the mind, and the physical body as well, you'll start to become much more aware of what's going on within your body and mind. And if you listen and you observe carefully, then your body and your mind will give you the signals or the messages as to what kind of things you need to be maybe doing today in order to benefit yourself from a Qigong point of view. So as part of that assessment, what you want to be asking yourself is, do I feel like I want to calm my mind? Is my mind scattered? Am I feeling overwhelmed? Are there lots of emotions going around in my mind at the moment? So is it more of a kind of a mental thing that I want to deal with today? Or is it more of a physical aspect that I want to work on in terms of, do I feel tired and exhausted? Do I want to energize, or what's called tonify, and energize the body and the chi? Just to give myself a little bit of a recharge? Or do I feel maybe a little bit tense and feel a little bit tight anywhere in the body? So that would mean I maybe want to relax, do kind of more relaxing and stretching methods. Or do I feel like there's actually physical pain there? So in that case, do I want to do something specific to focus on that area to relieve that pain or discomfort? So they're the kinds of questions you want to be asking yourself while you're doing the abdominal breathing and just tuning into what's going on. So it's mental stuff, firstly, do I want to work on that? Secondly, do I want to work on physically giving myself more energy? Thirdly, stretching or relaxing? And fourthly, relieving pain. So they're just kind of broad categories to be having in your mind as you're relaxing with your abdominal breath. And then generally, the guidelines for any Qigong routine are start and end with abdominal breathing. So abdominal breathing is like the capital letter and the full stop or the period at the end of your sentence. So it kind of gives your body and your mind the signal that, okay, here I am, abdominal breathing starting, and then at the end, coming back to your abdominal breathing to finish. So it's a very kind of clear signal to your body and your mind that you're in the Qigong practice, rather than just kind of drifting in or drifting out of it. The second thing you want to do is, if you do have any sensations of discomfort or unease, either mentally or physically, the second thing to do is to get rid of those. So work with some kind of what's called a discharge method from a Qigong point of view in order to do that. And some of you who've been with me in the live classes and the Space to Relax members will have come across many discharge methods that I've taught you before. So just go back through my blog page and have a look at some of those, even just to type in the word on the blog page, just type in the search box discharge or discharge waste chi, and you'll find the lessons that apply to that will come up for you. Also then, the third thing is choose the main method that you decide to focus on. So you're starting with abdominal breathing, second thing, discharge method, third thing, main method you want to focus on. And then the fourth thing, which is an overarching rule for all your Qigong practice, is be comfortable and relaxed during your practice. If you're comfortable and relaxed, then you are doing it right. If you're not comfortable and relaxed, you may want to change something in terms of your posture or in terms of the method that you're practicing, and do something that's makes things a little bit easier for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to go back behind you now, and I don't even know what I'm going to teach you, because I'm going to tune into my own body now, and I'm going to see how it feels, and I'm going to explain to you how I'm assessing what's going on, and then I'm going to work with a practice, and hopefully it will be one that's of benefit to you as well, so you can follow along with me. So just beginning by coming into your Qigong stance, so feet are shoulder width distance apart, and look down at your feet, making sure that your toes are not sticking out to the sides or in towards the center. The feet are parallel. And also make sure you feel nice and solid and grounded, like the soles of your feet are really well in contact with the ground. So both the balls of your feet and your heels feel as though the ground is coming up to meet the soles of your feet. Check that there's a little bend in your knees, and also with your knees, try to have them parallel with your hips as well. So not falling in towards each other like this or going out to the side. You want to make sure that everything's kind of lined up so that you're not straining any tendons or ligaments on either side of the knee joint. Also then, just check that your pelvis is tucked forward, so almost tuck your bottom under to flatten your back, and just lifting up in the lower abdomen area, but just keeping everything nice and relaxed around here as well. Shaking out the arms and dropping the shoulders. So making sure that the shoulders are well away from your ears. Just to be sure of that, pick them up as close to your ears as you can, and then breathe out, this time through your mouth. We don't usually breathe out through the mouth in Qigong, but just to begin, releasing any tension. Breathing in and breathing out, drop the shoulders. And one more time, breathe in through the nose and breathe out. Now, checking that there's length in the back of your neck and tucking the chin towards the throat in order to do that. So just tucking the chin backwards, this direction. As it comes back, you'll feel this lovely length in the back of the neck, this extension up through the back of the head. And you can also get into this position and make sure you're nice and upright, but do it in a sitting position as well. So just make sure if you're sitting, that you're sitting and your back is straight. Try not to slump if you're sitting in a chair. Make sure you're well supported in that sitting position. So now just coming to your abdominal breath. So close your eyes and close the mouth. Breathing in and out through the nose. The tongue rests against the roof of your mouth, with the tip of the tongue resting against the back of the upper teeth. Bringing a smile to the corners of your mouth. And settling into your practice now. So with any Qigong routine, it's a good idea to always start in this way. So checking that you're in the correct stance or sitting position. And then coming into the abdominal breathing. Breathing in and out through the nose. We only use the mouth for the abdominal breath if you have any issues with sinus infection and you can't easily breathe through the nose, or if you have a cold. Otherwise, breathing in and out through the nose. And as you breathe in, feeling the belly, the lower abdomen area expanding, both in a forwards direction, but also sideways and back towards the spine, as though you're inflating an imaginary balloon inside your lower abdomen. And as you breathe out, feeling that balloon shrink. So really relaxing in the abdominal muscle area, but also feeling that expansion of the abdomen in 3 dimensions. So not just feeling the abdomen pushing out in a forwards direction, but sideways and backwards as well. And each time you breathe out, just say to yourself in your mind, relax. So letting go of any tension, firstly in your body. So encouraging the whole body to relax each time you breathe out. And then also relaxing your mind. So letting any thoughts which come into your mind in the form of distracting mind chatter, just to pass in and pass out again. Gently bringing your focus to the breathing. And by focusing on the breath, this can help you to very quickly and easily discard any mind chatter that may be interfering with your practice. Keeping the mind as relaxed as possible. So as you're breathing right now, just observe and assess for yourself what you need from your practice today. So ask yourself, am I feeling like my mind is racing and there are thoughts coming in and distracting me and really overwhelming everything that's going on with me right now? Or secondly, do I feel more like I'm physically exhausted, like I need a bit of a physical pick-me-up and a bit of a recharge of the batteries? Thirdly, do I feel like I need to kind of ease out any areas that might need a bit of a stretch, especially if it's first thing in the morning? So identifying where those areas of maybe a little bit of tightness or stiffness might be. And then fourthly, ask yourself, do I feel any pain anywhere in my body? Whether that be in the joints or the muscles, or elsewhere, more internally in the digestive system, for example, or in the form of a headache. So identify any areas of real discomfort or pain and see if there's anything there that you would like to work on. So maybe just choose one of those things, whichever one. You may have all of that going on, of course, but just choose one thing to make it the main focus of your practice for now. So what I'm choosing is I am choosing a little bit of a stretch because I'm feeling a bit tight. I was swimming this morning. I'm feeling a bit tight in my neck area and in my shoulders. So I feel the shoulders, upper back and neck need a little bit of a stretch out. So that's going to be my example Qigong routine for you. So just gently opening your eyes now and starting, as I said, with getting rid of anything that doesn't feel good to you right now. So that could be something like a physical ache or a pain, a discomfort. It could be maybe a sense of exhaustion. Maybe it could be an emotion like anger or fear or grief or sadness or overwhelm, anxiety, any one of those. So just be thinking kind of more generally though, of just getting rid of anything in your body that you don't want. And this is really just relieving any kind of stress, whether it be physical or mental. And all we're going to do with this is just bend in the knees and just start to vibrate the body. So this is shaking off any stress and bringing in more vitality. So you don't have to think too much about what's going on. Some of you will have done this exercise in a lot more detail in the Space to Relax members area, or in a previous live lesson replay, which was to do with discharging any waste, chi or energy from the body. So I'll put the link to that free lesson just next to the text, next to the video when I send that out to you as a replay. So bouncing up and down, you may want to close the eyes and just feeling the knees very soft, and then just feeling the wrists really kind of loose and floppy. You'll see them just kind of moving up and down. Elbows very soft, and just shaking the shoulders up and down as well, and then letting the head nod. So this is not something I'd recommend you do in a public place unless you want people to give you really strange looks, but it's a really nice practice just to get rid of any stress. You're just literally shaking it all off. So just giving yourself a shake. And what you might want to do, what I do sometimes, is like just go with the flow and see how I feel. You might want to turn side to side just very gently as you're bouncing up and down. This gives you a lovely little spinal twist and just a bit of ease in the back area. What I also do sometimes is I would just lean forwards a little bit and just let my head drop down, and then just really feel that openness and a bit more of a stretch across the upper back area. So whatever you want, just go with it. You may want to just bend to the side if you feel like the sides of your body are a little bit tight and need a little bit of a stretch, and you need to get rid of waste chi on the sides. And just coming back to relax now. So that's just shaking off anything you don't want. So for those of you who know a few different Qigong discharge exercises, you don't have to do that one. You can do any of the other ones that you know already. But that's just a very simple and quick one to do. So now, moving on to the third part of my routine, I'm deciding what to work on, and that was neck and upper back and shoulders, okay? So I'm just going to do a really simple stretch just to ease all of that out. So firstly, and for those of you with any neck or shoulder problems, go easy with this. Don't go beyond your level of or range of movement with this, but just listen to your body and just go just as far as you can, and then back off a little bit, just enough to feel a little bit of a stretch. So I'm going to just tilt my head forwards, breathing out. Breathing into the center, tilt my head back, breathing out, back to the center. And now tilt my head to the side as I breathe out, letting the ear drop down, breathing into the center and back down to the other side, breathing out, into the center. And now just turning the head to one side, keeping the chin parallel with the ground, breathing into the center. Turn to the other side, breathing out, into the center. And now one of my favorite things to do in order to release any tension in the shoulders and the upper back is to pretend that I'm swimming, but without using my arms. So just to use my shoulders. So I'm just going to roll the shoulder forward and then the other one. And just let the whole body go with this. And you can go as fast or as slow with this as you want. So we really feel that, as well as moving the shoulders, do you feel that the whole torso, the whole abdomen is getting a little bit of a massage as well, loosening out everything in the front of the body and deep inside, massaging the abdominal organs. So this is a lovely little kind of stretch for the upper back and the shoulders, keeping everything nice and loose in the arms, and then change the direction, going backwards now. You may feel like you need to lean back a little bit. You see I'm moving into the hips as well. So even though this is just a shoulder and upper back exercise, it's actually working a good part of the body. Moving into the shoulders, really feeling deep into the shoulder joints, just breathing, using your abdominal breath at whatever speed is comfortable for you. And then coming back to relaxing the arms now. And then lifting the arms up, coming up, just making very loose fists, elbows at shoulder height. You see how my elbows and my forearms are making, or my upper arms and forearms are making right angles. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a breath in, and I'm going to now breathe out and just stretch back a little bit more. Now breathe in. This time come all the way, closing the arms forward. Just drop the head very slightly, feeling that lovely stretch in the upper back and the neck. Breathe out. Breathing in and out through the nose. So like doing a big stretch as if you've just got up first thing in the morning. Coming back, breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And trying to make this movement as fluid and flowing as possible. Smiling as you do this. Breathing in. Last one. Breathing out. And then coming in with the hands and just gently lowering the shoulders first, then the elbows, and then pressing the palms of the hands down to be parallel with the ground. And just one more little thing I'd like to do now is with the palms facing the ground now, spread the fingers as far apart from each other as you can, so the hands feel like they're stretched, and then just keeping the hands parallel with the floor, turning the hands out to the sides, keep the elbows close to the body, so really just pivoting in the wrists and the hands, and as you do that, look to one side, and then when the hands have gone as far as they can, bring the head back round to the front as you scoop forwards with the palms of the hands, relaxing the whole hand here, lifting the palms up and dropping them back down to be parallel with the floor once more. And now go to the other side. So keeping the elbows close and then spreading the hands to the side, keeping the fingers far apart from each other, and then breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in again and breathe out to the side. Do one more to each side. Breathe in. Breathe out, pressing the palms down and all the way to the side in the one breath. Breathe in and breathe out. And then just shaking the hands out by your side. So I now feel much looser and more relaxed in my upper back, in my shoulders, in my neck. And I also feel more energized. I feel more alert. I feel like I've moved some energy inside my body. I've got rid of all that waste stuff that was maybe making me a little bit tired as well. So even though I was really focusing on really stretching out the upper back and the neck and the shoulder area, obviously, because Qigong is a whole body and mind exercise, it has other benefits too. So just letting the hands relax by your sides now and just closing the eyes again. Bringing your mind back to the breath. The mouth is closed, smiling, and observing again how you feel now. So is your mind any bit calmer and clearer, more alert? Does your body feel more energized? Like you have a little bit more energy to go about the rest of your day? Do you feel like any areas of tension or stiffness are a little bit looser and more flexible? And do you feel like any areas where there was maybe discomfort or pain have eased any little bit for you? So it's very important to observe how you feel after a Qigong routine. because that's giving you a really good idea of what's working for you. And everybody is different, everyone's an individual and needs different things from their Qigong in terms of managing their health. So if you observe how you feel afterwards, you can think, now that's a really great exercise, I must do that again. But you may not feel that, you may not feel miraculously different. So you may think, oh, well, maybe I will try that exercise for a while, I might go on and do something different and try another one that might give me even more of a benefit in some way. So it's really up to you to assess how you feel afterwards so that you can work out what is of the most benefit to you. So now just placing one hand over the lower belly with the other hand directly on top of that, keeping the eyes closed. And remembering, as I said at the beginning, starting and finishing your practice with abdominal breathing. So just bringing your mind to the lower abdominal area there, this area called Dantian, which is our Qi or our energy center. Breathing in and out through the nose, feeling the belly expand as you breathe in and get smaller as you breathe out. And then consolidating and sealing in all that lovely Qi or energy you've been working with by just giving your belly a little rub by circling, firstly in one direction with the hands and then changing the direction. Keeping the eyes closed. If you're wearing glasses, you might want to remove them now though. And rubbing the hands together until they get really hot. And then placing one palm over each eye, fingers facing up towards the sky or the ceiling. Feeling the heat from the palms going into your eyes to nourish them, traveling through the backs of your eyes to nourish your retina, and then into the mind, calm and nourish the mind. And now giving your face a little rub, a little massage in order to bring yourself back into the room. And as you do that, slowly opening your eyes and allowing the hands just to drop down by your sides. So I hope you enjoyed that example of a Qigong routine. So obviously there are many, many exercises to choose from. So if you need any help or guidance with that from me, then please don't hesitate to contact me. My email is janice@spacetorelax.com, or you can contact me by posting a message in the free Facebook group, which is Space to Relax Free Qigong Group. So I would encourage you to ask me lots of questions. Don't be stuck, don't be overwhelmed by the number of Qigong routines that are out there and by not knowing which one to choose, which would be the best one for you. Just ask me. Also, as I'm sure most of you know, these classes are free of charge, but I would welcome any donations. You're free to donate, you don't have to. But if you do, know that 50% of your donation goes to the nurses in the ICU ward here in my local hospital. The other 50% goes towards the upkeep of my website. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. And just to let you know, I'm actually away next week. So for anybody who was planning to tune in, there won't be a class next Thursday, but I'll be back the Thursday after. So I look forward to seeing you then.
If you enjoyed this Qigong lesson, then there are 4 things you can do right now. The first thing is to head over to my website, which is spacetorelax.com, and there you'll see that you can join up for a free 3-part video series. The second thing you can do is click the link next to this video to sign up for the live Qigong classes, as I teach these once a week. The third thing you can do is go over to Facebook if you're on Facebook and look for Space to Relax Free Qigong Group. That's my free group where you can post any questions, and please do join the group. And the fourth thing is, if you're watching this video on YouTube, then please hit the red subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos from me. I really hope you enjoyed this lesson and look forward to seeing you in the next video.